You like Trump? Good girl. You like Biden? Come on, man. We cheated. Alright, let me get this stuff out of the way. I got an unboxing to do. I just got home from town and a box was waiting for me. If this is what I think it is, I've had a couple of these up on the bench before, but never filmed them. Let's see if it made it safely. It's packed decently. Oh man. Damn, that thing's got a great old big dent in it. Good Lord Almighty. Somebody's gonna be mad. Good Lord, what a dent. No, I'm just picking. I bet you like to shit there for a few minutes. I'm just picking with you, 390. Just picking with you. Love you, bro. Love the show you got. If y'all ain't figured out what this is, I don't know what's wrong with you. Now this is a rare, I've done some, I've been up some cases and done this whole thing, not quite like this, but they didn't turn out nothing as good as he does. This is a Tech 9 amp. I've been out some cases and the corners wasn't as crisp as this. I mean, these are rolled. It got a real tight radius in it, a real tight bend. It's rolled, but it fits together really good. Way better than mine did. And this has been back in the day. Nothing as good as this. And hell, it wasn't about 4 years ago. I went to a boy down the road here that does heating and air, and got him to bend me a top because he's got a break, got sheet metal and everything there, and it's supposed to be a friend of mine. And that's all he made me was two covers. And he was I ended up having to pay him. And I went on and paid him, and I didn't gripe about it too much. But he charged me $125 for pretty much 4 bends. The metal was already cut out. That's all he had to do was bend it. He charged me, he said his help the two boys that was out doing it, I was supposed to pay them two boys, which didn't one do it. I was supposed to pay them two boys for their time for that hour. I would have unsoldered them, but I want to make sure where the ground and hot goes on here, so I don't have to. It won't take much off the wire, but. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, we'll be back on it. Looks good. Really good. It's got a sideband delay, but he's wanting sideband for it says bison. Add it to this, which is probably a little sacrilege. Probably the only one of these is that sideband's been added to that I know of. But I don't know everything, so I don't know. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But we're going to add sideband to it. Or bison. But really nice job. That gaffer's tape is pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like that. I wouldn't mind having, I like the flames, but Roadrunner, no, not the Roadrunner, Woody Woodpecker with the flames going off the back of it. I think that would be pretty cool too. Like for thrust mufflers and stuff like that. I always did like them. I like them stickers. I didn't really like Woody Woodpecker a lot, but I thought he was a cool looking little character. Let's hook this thing up and see what it'll do beforehand. Wrap that, make sure that don't get into the ground. I might ought to put, I'll get with 390, but I'll ask him if he wants longer leads on it. And if he does, I'll have to go with two number 10s because I ain't got any number 8. But two number 10s will work good. I can catch one over here and one over here if I can get back up in there. I hate to mess up any work that he's done in there, but he wants to make it. He's a sidebander, so yeah. He's not a hammy ham. that's a good thing. Which I don't care if the person talks to him. He wants to talk, he talk anywhere he wants to. Oh, so 20 watts going in on AM. Oh, let's put out 400. Little bit of reflect. A 1,000 watt slug. 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000. Read that bottom scale. This is 5 watt slug in reverse going back towards that radio. And then through the amp, let's see, amp off. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Talk through's perfectly fine. Turn the amp on. Oh. Swinging about 400. About a watt of reflect. Let's see if I can turn that key down a little bit. Now it is just with radio drive. Of course, these are Toshiba 2879s, and they will take some drive. I could put some drive to it, but I'm not. This is Toshiba's you're talking about, and they're pretty much unattainable. Like, got my shirt on, Hodge Twins, conservative brother. But yep, I might add bison to it. I guess I can get it up through here. I might put them down the side. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it as of yet. I'm gonna lay it out and see what it looks like. So I'm gonna cut the video here, and I'm gonna ask 390 if he wants longer wires on it, because these are kind of short, they're about a foot. He might need longer ones. I might have to cut these down. I don't know, but I'm gonna just make sure before I go through and do what I gotta do. But might play around with the input a little bit on it and get that down a little bit. One of these caps might have fell out, but that's the bad thing about now. It's no Tech 9 videos to fall back on. I'm pretty sure he got a video of this amp being built, but he took them down for his personal reasons, so it's nothing to fall back on to see what it did originally. So, you know, we just have to deal with what we got. I don't want to take any offense in what I'm doing to it, but it's the customer's amp. He's done sold it for his Tech 9. He's done sold it. It's somebody else's hands, now it's in mine, and I'm asked to do a job just like he was, and I'm gonna do my job just as he does his. So, I mean, that's the way I see it. If somebody works on one of mine, I don't care. But that's the reason I swirl my boards on mine, is because if it comes up on a video and they show the board, I know it's mine. It was a few other people that done them like that, but majority of me. That's just something I do, just because I want to. That's because I like to do it my way. This is his way. It works. So that's all I can say. And this was built, and it's still getting it. 5th month, 3rd day, 2018. Yep. So I'm gonna get to it and lay out what I think it ought to be done. Full sets of biasing to it, where to get the sandbar resistors. I think I could tuck them up underneath here and not mess up anything too bad. Yeah. And this may be the very first Tech 9 bias amp. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Alright then, y'all have a good day. I'll be back with part 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know. Whatever it takes. So, this is going to be a joy. Just like all of them was. Alright then. Later. Alright, we're back on it. I've done a little bit of playing around with it. I've maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15. I did take a little break, but shorten up the leads just a little bit on this input, and that helped out a whole lot. Still got the same caps, and then I checked them, and they still got value. They're around 100 a piece. And then this 150 back here, I pulled it out, checked it. I was thinking maybe it was a 130, but it's a 150. And it had a loop of wire on it, which was here. And I took that loop of wire off of it and went straight back out to the back, to the output. And here's what we got. It was about a watt of reflect a while ago. And here's what it looks like now. Oh, hello, hello, hello. About a quarter watt, and swinging up a little bit more. Oh, let me put a little key in it. Oh, oh, oh. That loop back there, sometimes it'll throw one off. It's just, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Sometimes you can add that little bit of inductance and it helps out. Sometimes it don't, but I checked these caps. I took these caps, took that cap, the 2 input caps, and they're right there where it's supposed to be. It just, I shortened up these wires here a little bit on them. It didn't take much. That was about what I cut out of it on each side. And then the front side, where it was going down, it had that bend in it, which I did put another bend in it, but I took about this much out of it. You'd be surprised how much that helps sometimes. That length of wire makes a difference. So it does. At least the way I see it. I might be wrong. I don't know. I just know what I see here. So that looks better to me now. So that's all I can work with, is what I got here. But she looks a lot better. Wasn't nothing to it. So yeah. Yeah, that was a piece that took out the other side. There wasn't much cut out of it. 1/2 inch of wire. Yeah. So alright. I'm gonna set this to the side. I might lay out here in a few minutes to see how I can get the transformers on there. I mean the sandbar, or maybe I might put them down the side. I don't know. But I'm gonna lay that out and see what we got. I need to call 390 to start with and see what he wants to do. If he wants power wires, this, that, and the other, I don't know. But I think that looks a lot better. Alright then, later. Okay, it's fixed. I biased it, and I had one little problem with it. This transistor here, when I put new power wires in it and plugged it up, I went over it with the flare. And when I went over it with the flare, checking out, see if anything was building up heat, because I just had to put power wire on it. Make sure wasn't little strands or nothing building up heat, and made sure it wasn't nothing shorting out like a soda ball or something other like that. But I went over with the flare, and this transistor was getting warm, and I hadn't even keyed it up. So got it up and running, wasn't showing no imbalance or nothing like that, but it wasn't putting out the watts that it was putting out. But so I took that transistor out of it and put another transistor in it. Well, hell, let me find the transistor. Alright, we're back. I found it. It's a 6J, just like the other three. Like I said, the transistor was just sitting there building up heat. But I'm pretty sure it was still working because it wasn't showing no imbalances. We'll test that and see. I know had run it yesterday and it wasn't acting exactly right. I changed some input and output and it came up a little bit, but it still wasn't acting right. Check it here. Oh, yeah, see, it's still putting out power, but it ain't putting out power right. Alright, let's change this slug out. Put a 50-watt slug in it. So it's reading peak now. Oh, oh, oh. Putting out about 35 peak. This amplifier ain't tuned to nothing. Oh, that wasn't on peak. That wasn't even on. That was just a radio. It's RMS. Oh, oh. So transistor's working, but it's putting out less power than the radio. Oh, well, that's a radio power. Oh, about 8 birds saying, oh, about 30 RMS. Peak scale, turn that on. Peak scale, I'm pretty sure it's going to bury it. Oh, it just buried it. So the transistor's working, but you can't see it in this one because the way it's in the test board. But that transistor is sitting there getting hot. But it is working. But here's another thing. Alright, set that to the side. Break out the little meter. Set. Test it again. And it's hooked up. It's showing the green leg ain't even attached. Go over to the other side of it. Same thing. But the transistor works. It ain't full output. So I changed it out. So it has got one oddball transistor in it, but it's got a good HFE value on it. I think it was around 34. That's what it was. I put in some new long leads on it. I think it's probably about 3 foot hanging out the back. Alright. The delay on it is a little long, but you know, with electrolytic capacitors, it's got a 1000 in it. It is still a little long, just a little. If I could find like a 750, 850, but I done looked and I didn't see anything. I got some around here somewhere in a box. There ain't no telling. But amplifier's on. Gotta get this 50 watt slug out. Put my normal 1000 watt slug in. See if we can get all these meters in line. Hit the button. Alright, the amplifier's on, it's in AM mode. Oh, about 500 with this radio driving it. I changed the output cap, input cap, got the reflect down. Audi. 1. Oh, to about a half a watt. That's pretty good. Output, like I said, old 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Old, talking about, I think around about 500. But what I'm looking at, oh, about 450, 500. All right, sideband delay on. I've talked on my 2950 here. And evidently I need a mic for this thing. People said it's got good signal, but it sounds kind of muffled. But that radio right there is, need another mic. Need another mic for it. I'm going to talk to the radio garage and see what I can get him to do for it. But there it is, up and working. I don't know if y'all can hear the relay, but there's a relay on that side. It's a little long, but like I said, unless I can find or either stack some together, I guess. Only thing I got is 220s, 1000s, and some little ones, some 47s, some 4.7s. I would probably stack 3 of them together. But he can change it. It's right there. You can change it and change the delay. That's all it is. The hot side is to the switch. The ground side is run, just unsolder that there and put another one, put the hot side towards the switch and the ground side towards this wire, which goes up here to this relay and tells the keying circuit to stay engaged longer. That's all it does. And then for this relay here, you get the power for the relay there. The power, it's just switching these 2 legs. This side's the ground. This is what keys this relay. So this key-up circuit is hooked to this relay, and then this relay keys this relay here. And then you got your 14 volt coming in here, and then it goes out here and goes up here to your sandbar resistors. And they are setting up off top of the transformers. You might not tell it, but it's setting up about 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, something like that. They will move around. The center of it is tacked down and got caps and stuff holding it, so it's not pretty stout. It's not stouter than that. It's stout, rigid. I can pick the amp up with it. It's up and going. It's up and going, doing like it's supposed to. Like I said, I would talk on sideband more on it, but like I said, I gotta get a mic for my 2950. That's the majority of the reason I hadn't been running it. And every time I think about it, I forget it. By the time I get upstairs, sometimes I done forgot what the hell I went up there for. I don't know. Scatterbrained. Got too much shit on my mind. Scatterbrained. But yeah, I'm going to put the top back on it. Should be ready to go. It's not pulling a lot because it's not being driven with nothing but this radio. Oh, pulling about 42 amps right there with this radio drive. This cover will do about 30 watts peak and about 7 or 8 RMS. All depends on what slug I put in there. The bird slug's a little it's a little tighter than the coaxial dynamics, but oh, and I noticed yesterday that thing was pulling a little bit more of an amp. It was pulling about 4 or 5 amp, and that's the reason that transistor was I guess it was staying on. I guess all this is from the lights, that little point. Or needs calibrating, I guess. Hell, it ain't even from my lights. Well, yeah, it was bleeding down. Cat's bleeding down. But yeah, she's ready to go. Alright, we'll catch y'all later. Appreciate it, 390. Shit happens. Later.